That crazy hinge can be a tablet if you want it to be. Not exactly something that you probably use as a tablet because it's a 13.3-inch display. You do have the keyboard on the back here, so it does make it a little bit strange. But this guy is super powerful. It's got the latest generation Intel Haswell processors. This one is actually an i7, so this thing screams 8 gigabytes of RAM in this model. The Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro starts at around $929. This model is about $1,300. It also comes in an orange clementine color if you want. This is the silver. If you go around this device, the whole device is covered in this like kind of rubberized soft touch kind of material. Makes it easy to hold, kind of resists fingerprints. The other thing is when you are using the Yoga in its many modes, it protects the screen a bit. Now when it comes to the screen, it is absolutely incredibly gorgeous. 3200 by 1800 resolution. It's just fantastic when it comes to Windows 8. It starts at $929, and this crazy screen, the 3200 by 1800, is on all of the devices. It's not like when you get the lower end version, you get a 1366 by 768. You're getting this crazy display, even with the lowest end model. That's why it's Pro, I guess. Windows 8 is really text heavy, so a high-res screen makes text really easy to read on something like this. It is just a phenomenal looking screen. However, software hasn't caught up exactly to this device. A screen like this, let me go into Chrome to show you what that's like. Now, this is Chrome running on this device. I haven't done anything weird to this. If I hit Control-0, this is how it displays because this is actually filling in the resolution. Again, this is 3200 by 1800, so Chrome has a ways to go when it comes to displays like this. So it might be strange at first. You can just, hit Control plus until it looks normal, but you can see I've zoomed in 250% because that's just wacky. Thankfully, Microsoft's own Internet Explorer doesn't act like this when it comes to this Windows 8 device. On top of that, Lenovo added some software. They called it Yoga Picks. So if you wanted to find applications specific for the different usages here, as a laptop in the show mode, this is the other yoga mode, but they call it stand mode. That would be when you want to watch TV, when you watch it like that. And there's also the tent mode. If I click that, it'll actually give me a set of different applications for when it's like this, in tent mode. So we're in tent mode, so I can go ahead and come right into this and go into Windows. If I go into the start screen, oh right, because I have it in tent mode. The keyboard is turned off, by the way. That's something people are concerned about. If you got this, if you're holding it as a tablet like this, you're like, oh, I'm going to touch the keyboard. It's going to mess with this. The keyboard is off once you have it set this way. So I can keep tapping here and it doesn't work. That's a good thing. You want that rejection. It is a little strange because you're touching buttons there, but that's just a quibble. For ports, we've got a USB here. We've got a headphone jack combination with mic jack. We've got a volume rocker, and we have this switch which will turn off auto rotate. So you can accidentally hit this. It's not recessed, so you can easily hit it. Also, they have the unusual selection of putting the power button over here. You can see it actually glowing, letting you know that this is where the power is. Lenovo says it's recessed so you don't accidentally turn it on in your bag. Other side, you got that power port, we've got a USB 3, HDMI, and a full SD card slot. And there's really not a whole lot else to it because it is an Ultrabook. You can see this thing is really responsive. Considering this is using Intel integrated graphics to push this kind of resolution, it's surprisingly fast, very snappy. Performance-wise, just terrific. Obviously, it's getting a ton of fingerprints. Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro also supports up to 10 points of multi-touch. So if you want to get lots of hands on there, you could. This laptop packs a 4-cell battery. It would have been nicer to have a larger battery in here to get some better battery life. On to the pros and cons. When it comes to the pros of this device, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's so thin, so light. It's under 3 pounds. That display is just beautiful. If you look at other displays after it, your eyes will be ruined. I'm not kidding, because this is fantastic. Great reproduction right there. You've also got a crazy fast processor in here because it's the latest Intel processor. This model, again, with the i7, just screams 8 gigabytes of RAM. Really great. It's light, but it's sturdy. It's very sturdy feeling. You never feel like you're going to bust it. Keyboard's very good. It's a Lenovo, so it's quite good there. Trackpad supports all the things you want it to. You'll see this, the charms come up, no problem. The gestures that Microsoft wants you to be able to use on the touchpad work quite well as this touchscreen. Very responsive touchscreen. On the cons, these are small quibbles here. It is slightly awkward as a tablet. because you do have these keys. I don't know how often you'd use it as a tablet though, because it is such a large device. But I do know Lenovo did come up with a better version of this for the ThinkPads. I would have liked the tray to come up so it fell flat. And another little quibble, the power button is in a kind of a weird spot. Just get used to that over time. And this is a super minor quibble. This little shift key on the right side, I would prefer that to be a full size. So if this is how I'm reaching for cons, you're going to hear something you don't hear from me very often. The Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro.
You can find out more about this fantastic offer by clicking the link in the description.